I like this track right here, the way it goes, and then it starts to get dark. Boom. Boom. Watch this. Watch how this thing moves. If you don't like this track, I don't know, man. This thing is banging. Watch this. Here it comes. Check it out. I love this. Boom. Boom. Yeah. That low bass. Let's get this party started with the Bitcoin and the weekly candle close, baby. I can feel you guys. I can feel the energy rising. This is the Crypto Lifer Show, baby! Oons, 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 oons. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby, and the weekly candle close. We're going to bring that intro in. We're going to bring that music down. We're going to come back with that hard beat. I can't wait. God bless. Let's do this. Let's roll. May God bless this live stream. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I mean, what kind of intro? So someone just said they just came to the channel for the first time. I'm telling you right now, man, I've met everybody in the space. I've networked with everyone in the space. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, bro. We've done this every single day for a while. Let's bring that music back up and running. Let's get the energy flowing. It's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. It's a Sunday night, but I'm feeling like it's a Friday night, baby. Shout out to each and every one of you. Let's put the lemon into the water. It is acidic, but when it hits your belly, it becomes alkaline through a chemical process in your stomach, and it's actually alkalinity to the body. Helps purify the blood. It's an amazing thing. Drinking lemon water to me has changed my life. Some people worry about the enamel on the teeth. I have had no issues on the teeth. But again, you could use a straw. Or just make sure you open up. And always drink out of a glass, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We're going to bring that music down, and we're going to talk about it. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP right off the bat. Thank you to the sponsors of the channel, ITrust Capital, BingX, and BOOKMAP for jumping on in. And if you want to trade the Forex, if you want to trade S&P at the same time as your crypto, jump into BingX. It's a great place. They've been here for a long time, and they're here for the bull run. Great crew, good people behind them too. So check out BingX, link in the description or the QR code right below me. And then ITrust Capital, of course. God bless ITrust Capital. Thank you so much for the sponsorship. Move your Roth IRA or IRA to Roth ITrust Capital today. It's a place to basically trade crypto tax-free inside of an IRA. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. So check them out today if you want to find out more. I suggest you do. They're pretty awesome. Again, let's start off the stream with saying I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. All right, please get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. All right, I just got to say that clearly. I'm going to go over the charts, talk about them, but it's strictly technical analysis. I'm a teacher, you're a student. That's our relationship. If anyone ever says they're me and they want to go over your portfolio or give you some new way to invest, I would never do that. That is not me. That's someone impersonating me or doing something of the sort. So just want to make that really clear. All right, I want to teach you stuff. That's what I want to do. I want to make you as powerful as my vision. I want to give you life or vision so you can see the charts the way I see it and be able to conquer the markets. All right, let's take a look at BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP shows liquidity, heat map order book. The darker the area, the more there is people trying to do what they're trying to do. So down here, there's people trying to buy Bitcoin at 860 Bitcoins at 32.5. There's a big bunch of green orders between 34.5 and down to 32.5, really all the way here. But yet, since then, some orders have built above us at 35,000 and at about 35,250, 240. So, you know, I see a liquidity grab to the upside. There's some liquidity to the upside. It looks like we're going to get it because it hasn't been there, and now it has appeared. All right. We just got the candle close. It was lackluster on the week. Let's break it down. I've been looking at CPH. I just got an alert on it. Nothing crazy. The 8-hour looks amazing on a lot of coins, I'll be honest. I am looking at the 8-hour. on a good amount of coins here, and I think I'm a little small. I was going to make myself real big. Oh, whoa, no, not like that. Let's calm down, but maybe like this, and I'll be like, there's the coin. No, I'm just joking around. Just a wee bit more there. Thank you, Danny, for making me bigger. I just needed to be a wee bit bigger. I felt like Conor McGregor. A little small there. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in and, doing what you love. Learning about cryptocurrency every single day. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, shall we? Bitcoin USDT on Bybit Perpetual. It's a good weekly candle close. All right. Need I say more? Let's talk about the weekly close, baby. And I've used the all-time history index. Sometimes it doesn't set right for whatever reason. This will be a good candle for us at the moment in time. All right. Number one, let's applause. It was a beautiful green candle. From last Sunday to this Sunday, we made a boatload of money. The trading group did very well. It was an amazing week to trade. A lot of good things happened. Bitcoin went up and down. There's some sideways price action, but a lot of altcoins made massive gains. Shout out to the elite, covered massive moves. We're talking Render. We're talking Gifto. We're talking YGG even made a bit of a move. I mean, the list goes on. Phantom made a move. DYDX looks tasty tonight. We're going to talk about some things that we're looking at. And I can just go over the gains in my gain section. It was out of control, but it was a hefty week. Revo made nice 56%. Xcoin for 200% gains. Loom that banged on us 2 nights ago, or last night was it? Auction. Rune hit for gains. Immutable X hit for gains. Injective Protocol that I put out took a while, but for 77% eventually banged. This beautiful call for Bitcoin on the monthly that I was looking at on October 1st. A month later, we had Pumptober exactly as we wanted it. Everything went our way, everyone, so far this month. Accurate call for trade. This thing, Polytrade, this thing's still pumping. Trade is booming to the upside, continuing. Aave up 42%. Gains for a living, pumped beautifully. That thing still did even more damage. LMR for 600%. Are you kidding me? Xcoin, that was the starter. Looks rare, banged out of the easy, beautiful move right out of that falling wedge. Nothing easy, but a beautiful move. I don't like the easy word, but CRX, and the list goes on. Solana out of the cup and handle. Before the huge move on Solana, I gave it here in my trading group on October 13th, and then boom. I mean, SafePal for a beautiful move to the upside as well, and the list just goes on. I mean, what a beautiful month for gains as we're nearing the end of October. It's been absolutely absurd. So anyway, let's talk about the week, and let's break it down. Bitcoin opened at $29,978.70. The high was $36,743.50. The low was $29,875 even. And the candle would close at $34,535.80, up $4,557.10, up 15% on the week. I mean, when Bitcoin goes up 15%, it's a big week. That means my net worth went up by 50%. That means a lot of people made a boatload of money in cryptocurrency. They said 1,000 millionaires were printed in this candle. You know, a lot of people became millionaires when this candle printed because they held so much Bitcoin at the time, or, even the cryptocurrency industry as a whole. We're going to take a look at Total 3. We're going to really build for the week. Tonight, where we don't spend as much time deep diving the pockets of time like we're battling the charts like that. Tonight, we're really prepare for the week. This is a night for people that have foresight, that really care about getting ready for the week ahead. That's why I do this Sunday night live stream. I could take the weekends off and just say, hey, you know what, I'll be there every day. But I think the Sunday night live stream really packs a punch for people that really want to get ready for the week ahead. And some people, they're just waking up, right? In Europe, it's 5 a.m. almost, or 3 a.m., 2 a.m., I guess. Sorry, it's 1 a.m. I'm way off. But there are other places in the world where people are getting up in the morning, right? So just want to make sure, okay. I just want to make sure. I was like, you never know these days. I make sure I got the right stuff on the screen over here. I wasn't backpacking. Just want to make sure over here. All right, so beautiful green candle. We did get a wick to the upside. We got sold back down. Not the best sign, right? It means there's some there's some selling, people selling there, and we hit a resistance too. But, we go over the weekly every single day. let's talk about the monthly candle close, which is coming very soon too, right? On October, I'll have to do it on Halloween night. On Tuesday night, I'll be doing the monthly candle close, so we'll get an extra stream in there and we'll break it down, but it's going to close very nicely so far. So good. One of the bigger months Bitcoin ever had, really, in its life. You know, one of the bigger monthly candles in its life. So things looking pretty good on the weekly, on the 2-week, on the monthly. And I go over this stuff every single day, and that's why we're kind of in the pocket as lifers. You know, we know what's going on the bigger and the smaller time frames. So let's break it down like we do every single day. The idea is right now we have this beautiful support of resistance playing out. All right. We have this bit of a trend line forming. And we could even start doing, if we do break down, it could be something like this that starts. And it could even be even closer to the moon, you know. That's just an idea, though. For me, it's a little too much. I'm going to let the smaller time frames really predict what's going down. So right off the bat, look, previous support becomes resistance. Beautifully played out. We broke above it. You would expect us to retest, you know. We don't always, when Bitcoin gets really hefty and things get out of control. See this? No retest here. No retest here. We just continued to rip on the weekly. 3 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. When Bitcoin gets crazy, it doesn't always retest. It doesn't always do what it's supposed to do. You don't always get the prices that you want. I'll be honest. I had more money on the low. I bought more Bitcoin tonight and yesterday. Just, you know, and if it comes back down, I'll buy more BTC. But I'm open to tell you that I bought more Bitcoin in these areas, and I'm talking $4,000 or $5,000, $6,000 more Bitcoin, because if this thing continues to rip, there's a chance I don't get the pullback here. And I'm happy with this. If I hold it for 2, 3, 5 years, it's going to be a pretty nice move. So I'm not stressing 20,000 to 35,000 area, really. Anything really at this point to me is a great add-in for BTC. So, but again, I'm different. Some people would laugh and say buy altcoins instead. I have beautiful altcoin bags that I like. I'm very excited with what I've done, and I'm going for that. I got a goal in mind that I'm just going after when it comes to BTC, right? So beautiful W broke to the upside. We talked about it on my channel. I can go over till I'm blue in the face, but we drew this easily and said, you know, the measured move, if you keep it simple, because I keep it simple here, and I don't reinvent the wheel. I just do technical analysis the way it's supposed to be done. Another key insight that I talk about every day now, and I never let go because it was such a beautiful thing, was the swing up here called by me, and it was a hidden bullish divergence, right? And we went over this over and over again. The technical analysis actually called it forget me. I mean, it was TA. I just was able to spot the TA, and I'm going to teach you how to see technical analysis the same way. And if you go through my checklist, like I'm always looking for a tight channel. I mean, that's a symmetrical triangle with tight moving averages. Price got above the 200 SMA. I kept preaching whenever you get above the yellow line, look for a big move to the upside. I go over this stuff over and over again all the time. This is how we trade all coins the same way. You're going to see me mention the 200 SMA every single day of my life numerous times. If you're here on the channel, you're going to hear me talk about it over and over and over and over again. All right? All right, so the weekly looking really nice, and we could definitely just continue here. So weird. Because that one track just had nothing to do with the other tracks that I had on, which is just funny to me, you know. Hold on. I like deep progressive house, but I don't, you know, it's like a genre inside of a genre. And with a certain amount of BPM, like 120 to 128 BPM is, you know, certain BPM is there's a reason, you know, the BPM keeps the movement of the whole show, you know. It's a whole method to my madness, everybody. You know, look, even kind of a hidden bullish really on the weekly in a way if you use the wicks, even though I don't use wicks, but the 3-day had it for sure, which was beautiful. I erased this move accidentally. So anyway, weekly looks nice. Let's move to the 3-day chart. All right, and the monthly does too. So we've looked at the monthly, we've looked at the weekly. Let's look at the 3-day. All right, 3-day about to print another green candle, and it could really rip here. The last time it stayed up here, it ripped very nicely to the upside. How about the last time we had a really big run up? If you look at the 3-day, we just flatlined, and the 3-day just continued to pump for literally like, I don't know, it looks like five or six 3-day candles, maybe even more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that's a month straight from October 21st, 2020, all the way to November. Just absolutely ripped. Now, I don't want to be 100% bullish. You know, I was expecting a daily pullback, but we're going to talk about that, and we're going to break it down. I also don't want to mislead you on the move, so I'm staying open-minded, and that's how I'm able to catch these insane calls that I make, because I stay in the pocket, and then I take the probability that we see, and the market's going to give us a probability. We're just going to have to take whatever it gives us, and that's the key. But right now, look at the 3-day chart. Wanting to open up another green candle. Yes, we have a wick. Yes, we have some resistance. I'm not going to say we don't. And yes, of course, I would expect us, after we wicked at resistance, to come back down and find some type of support. You can, and then we can open up this here too and look at the 3-day. There might be some other places where the price actually may want to not dump lower than, like right here. We have to mark that. That's a bounce, and we have a bounce right above it too. I'm just going to mark both these areas because they are support. They were previous support. They could act as support again. I want to see how strong they could be on the 3-day. Just for now. I don't want too many lines. So right now, I'll keep both of them could play. So there's a chance the 3-day pulls back even, makes it, but we go sideways. So right now, things are looking interesting to me, and we don't have a major bearish div. Like, I would really want a bearish divergence on the 3-day. We don't have it yet, okay? We don't have it yet. And remember, that ETF comes, we could really go even more parabolic. Something could be setting up here for another move. So then I inch on in to the daily, and what do I get is I see a golden cross here, which is very, very bullish. I see a very bullish daily candle that closed today. It's bullish engulfing. And I see the beginnings of, like, you know, it almost ate, it actually did rip up, but it didn't eat the wick, but it went higher than the wick and broke through the high here. Okay? So when we look at the daily, let's take a look. The daily opened at 34.97. The high was 34,795. The low was 33,931, and we closed. Also, if you're in my trading group, I gave a call for Bitcoin earlier today. We're going to break that down and show you how you would have made gains on a beautiful call for Bitcoin. I called the pump from 33 to 37,000, from 34,000 to 34,700, and you're going to be amazed when I show you the trade. Anyway, right off the bat, daily and a little flag that already broke out. Like, that's already breaking out. Okay, measured move is, I usually pull all the way to the 21-day moving average. That's your measured move, you know. I'm telling you right now, people think I'm crazy. Every time I pull a measured move like this and it looks ridiculous, price action usually hits it. So this is telling me that 41,842K is coming, and it's coming in the next, 2 weeks at most. It says no longer than 2 to 3 weeks, we will be there. All right. And we could pull back, of course, you know. See, that's going to put us to sleep. We're not into that. Nope. It's all right. So, this is looking interesting to me. All right. See, it's too sleepy, man. We want to... No. I like this track. This track's hot. Anyway. All right. Now, still, we don't see a bearish div on the daily either. I'd like a nice bearish div. Right now, it's kind of, you could almost say exaggerated bearish divergence. It's flat while this is curving down. All right. And I'm not saying we won't, 9 out of 10 times, I'm saying, hey, I don't see why we're not going to dump down to the 21-day moving average. But we did have a full moon, and things are just brewing. I'm telling you, I know you think you might laugh and speak. There's a sentiment out here for Bitcoin, and I'm a support and resistance guy. Right off the bat, we have support at 33,850. Till we break that, I'm not bearish. Like, we got to break that, So right now, I really see a flag on the daily that's beginning to break out. The 22-hour already suggesting that, and we're getting really close to the 21. This keeps coming. It's going to, and almost that's close enough when things are really bullish. You got the golden cross here. You're starting to pull the 21 away. I don't see why we can't get a massive move. The 22-hour just pumps. We get really, really heated up on the RSI to a really hot place, The only sad thing about all this is we're going to get very extended at one point. And Bitcoin will have to, pull back at some, but it looks like we're going to 42,000. That's what the charts convey. I am not telling you that's what I don't know what's going to happen. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. The 22 hours suggesting a move, the 12 hours suggesting a move, the 8 hours suggesting a massive move is coming for Bitcoin. Like when I trade with this stochastic curve out. I mean, the last time we had one of these on the 8 hour, I called the hidden bullish divergence. You remember I was probably the only guy trading the 8 hour on all of YouTube. Maybe not. There might have been someone else. And I showed my whole team that this was hidden bullish. And in conjunction with the hidden bullish on the 3-day, I said, man, we got double hidden bullish. We got it on the 8 hour and the 3-day in two different places. I said, this suggests we get a massive move to the upside. We got a massive move to the upside. I also was able to pull the Fibonacci here. And on the 4-hour time frame, we were able to call the entry at the 786 Fibonacci. That entry is still golden that I put out in my trading group. I'm not saying I held on to the trade the whole time. It would have been, had I done that, unbelievable. I would have made like 50,000 off of $5,000 or more, probably, maybe even 60 grand. But again, need I digress? Woulda, shoulda, coulda. I'm super happy with what I did make this month and what's going on with my life. So blessings on blessings. And thank you, dear Lord, for everything in which you have given me. Thank you for everyone that follows me. Thank you for everyone that comes to the channel. Thank you for everyone that's in the trading group. Thank you for every single person that supports me in any single way, shape, or form. God, thank you so much for all the blessings you've given me and my family. Amen. So the 8 hour looks good to me. I like the 8 hour. And I already put out a trade on the 8 hour to my trading group. It's out there clean. And it just, with a stop loss and everything. And here's the trade, really. The entry's kind of waning at this point, but stop loss below this wick. And what I like is even once you get to like 38,000, you're approaching like low risk territory. You're out of risk. So like around 38.5 could even be a first take profit. Let me see where because that would be the 3-to-1. Yeah, even 38.290 really could be the first take profit. And then they could be like, let the rest ride here. But I'm looking at this. And again, we could easily get stopped out. There's a chance it doesn't make it. I'm not, everything I say is guaranteed to happen. No, I'm a human being. This may be wrong. But, the probability of this ripping like tomorrow looks likely. Like it looks like a huge move is coming up to 36,000. And then everyone's going to be like, oh my God, this wasn't as bearish as we thought. Because everyone right now is building shorts to the downside. I feel like everyone is bearish, because we're supposed to get the pullback. We're supposed to get the pullback. See, I'm the guy that doesn't supposed to do anything. I just go with whatever the charts give me every single night of the week. And that's why we're able to hit. I'm going to show you the trade that I put out today that hit in the trading group. We have the proof with the timestamps. And we're going to show you. Bought my first Bitcoin at 16K, feeling good. Are you human or a trade bot? Content at its finest. Let's go. Shout out to Poke Bros. God bless you, Sam. It's been a change in my life since I follow you day by day. God bless you. Thank you for being here. You're singing to me right now. Go up and grab liquidity and retest. Poke Bros. Pokey Bros. You're funny, Pokey Bros. Anyway, so 8 hour looks interesting to me. 6 hour looks like we could get a move. Let's break it down now on the 6 hour. Clearly, we have a resistance that we can't get above. We're having an issue at 34,000. Where is it? Like 6. We'll call it. You can even call these wicks. 34,800. 850. We got to break 34,850 to remain bullish. We got to, If we can't get back above these levels, all right, spell some trouble. And it could be a bit of a double top. But look at this shoulder, head, right shoulder to the upside. We saw that last night. Remember, I kept saying, there is. And I longed the divergence last night as I got off the channel. That's still in the money, longing that divergence. As we're at 34,500 now, we've been and we battled 34,250. That was an area I said I would not long till we get back above, till I get back above. We got back above that level. So we got a double top right here on the 6 hour. Bitcoin must now break back above 34,800 to remain bullish. Like if we can't break these resistances, expect more downside. I'm a man of support over resistance. But now we are just kind of range trading. And eventually we break the range. After a pump like this, we should have retraced by now. Because I watched this over and over again. And by now, the 1 hour would have come back down to the 200 SMA. It had all this time The normal movement of a pump like this would have been to retrace around here, slowly back to the 200. They started the idea like they were gonna. They got a lot of people to go super bearish. They dropped the 200. Even me, I was like, wow, that looks bearish. But the divergence held us back. We got back inside the pattern. And then me, see, I'm so quick to project. The second I saw that, I saw shoulder, shoulder, head. And I'm like, all right, we making 2 right shoulders? And we did. Unbelievable, right? And we'll show you the trade that we put out today on the trading group. It was on the 5-minute time frame. So now we see this consolidation. In my mind, it was a fake out breakout. Bitcoin got back above the zone. And like it's doing some damage. You know, made some type of symmetrical triangle, bull flag, whatever you want to call this mess. But here it broke out, broke back inside. Got above, did the retest. We always look for the bullish retest. We got it right there with the little flag, and we were gone. This even was a bit of a cup with a handle. See the cup? And handled. Boom. Sammy, cup, and Hattie to the upside. Okay, you got it. Sammy, cup, and Hattie to the upside. Some people beg for that. They seem to love it. I go on a live stream. They're like, can you just do a Sammy, cup, and Hattie to the upside for the audience, please? So funny. No, but the 15-minute looking raw right now, and we're still inside a bit of a flag here. You have to be able to really extrapolate when they break patterns and break them back inside. That's kind of like the sauce, right? That looks like a diamond, a mini diamond, the way they whiplashed inside the middle there. But low stochastics are the key. Recently, if I just keep to my system and stay grounded to my system, I'm able to get a movement that, other people seem to miss. So I kept talking about the key area at 32,250. We got above it. You can even call it 32,300 if you want. But resistance. We flipped it. We bounced. We came back out. I don't want to see us break that. We go back below that. All this is nonsense. And I'm back to saying, hey, we're bearish. That level to me is the key level. Like we stay above 34,250. We have nothing to worry about. We're ready for like probably 40K. You know what I mean? And you'd be like, why is that so key? Because it was such a hard local resistance that if we go back below it again, it's likely that we have a trouble with it yet again. You know, either they use it for a bear trap, which they may, to get people because they know how important it is, and they were building up for that. But I'm open-minded, and we'll take it. Look, one day at liquidity at a time. All right. Another cool thing we could take here is I like this move. You can almost say this move here. I'm going to zoom in here on the 15-minute. Sorry. You got yourself a 786 retracement right here. I wouldn't be surprised if we got ourselves a bounce out of this to the upside, Moving averages are a little far apart. I'd like them to conjoin a little better than that. Right? And look, we have local resistance for Bitcoin at 34,783. So you got to get back above that level to remain bullish. Let's go a little smaller into the 7. And this is the trade I put out today on the 5-minute time frame. I usually don't use the 5, but I use the 5 on this one. And it was this flag right here. Bitcoin was in a flag. I saw it. I said, that looks like we're going to break out nicely. We had the stochastics with the turnover. Made, a little bit of the divvy right there. I pulled the measured move. Said, man, that thing can get up to like 760 almost. I grabbed the long position. Bang. Mine was a little higher. Stop loss was below the wick. Movement to the upside there. Might even been a little chintzier there. And I put this out to the trading group. Let's take a look at what happened. This was a beautiful call. On a Sunday, too. It's like, I always find it amazing, like, when we make gains on a Sunday. Because it's like 7 days a week. Like, we get to trade, like, they trade the stock market, but we get to trade 7 days a week. Like, it's insane. And I don't want to give away all the other stuff I've been posting all day, but we'll talk about this. So, and then we followed a hidden bullish divergence that broke out on the 1 minute. That was insane, right? For an hour or two, I was obsessed with the Bitcoin price, as you can see. So live trade set up for Bitcoin. Stop below 34,300. Take profit 34,699. Leverage is up to you, right? Entry was now. It didn't hit the stop loss. It did get a little lower. Never hit the stop. And this thing would bang all the way to a high at about 34,787 And that was a beautiful call in the trading group. Shout out to anyone that jumped on in, and then the gains reigned. I saw all the lifers just posting their gains. It was insane, you know. Lately, the testimonials, people just posted massive gains, you know. Short and Loom, playing Gains Network. Yesterday was a good day. I mean, this dude just, it didn't stop for him. Pretty nuts. 3,000% nuts. And that's if you want to take our lifer strategy, master friend, jump on into class if you can. All right. It is, it's a mentorship program, $300, but you're going to have three weekly mentorship sessions a week, man, where you're going to really learn a lot. He's going to break down so much for you and really show you things you never would have thought possible. One thing I do see glaring me in the face is this shoulder, this head, and this right shoulder, which to me really do want to dump. So let's watch this closely. Like, that might send us pirouetting to the downside. We break this 200 SMA, I don't see why we wouldn't go lower, right? Then I would look for a 200 on another time frame, like the 7, as in my next area to look. So that looks like we could go to 34,347. I mean, that's a head and shoulder pattern that wants to dump, right? Speak of the TA as I'm here, you know, just. The cookie, 32% of the time it will get defied and it won't go. It's very likely that it does, though, but we'll see. But just showing you how we were able to nail this, you know, move before it happened. There was even a bit of hidden bullish divergence, too, because this swung up. While this swung down, I tell you that the trend was going to continue to the upside. That's hidden bullish. It's amazing. Hidden bullish is insane. There's a little hidden bullish there that pumped on the 1 minute, right? I need to get into class, but Lord knows I ain't got it. Looking toppy. Shout out to Master Friend. This is what happens. This is what happiness looks like. This is what success looks like. This is what finding your calling looks like. Sammy J. Price. Shout out to Crypto Billy, man. We love you. Thank you for being here. Tonight, I definitely feel like I'm in the pocket. It just feels right. You know, some nights, my life is just exactly what it should be, right? And it just feels like you're right where you're supposed to be. And I've been feeling that since my channel really started to buzz, since I started meeting a lot of different people around the world, around the country. It's been an awesome run. And shout out to you, Crypto Billy. I was looking at a picture of me and you as I was going through my iCloud today, and I wanted to post it to Twitter, but I was like, I have to, you know, download it all. But I'm going to put a picture of all the people I met and make a collage of at the end of the year. I'm going to tell my team, and we're going to make like an end of the year video. It's going to be awesome. And I'll always thank you for sending flowers to my dad's wake, man. Walking in there, seeing the bouquet, looking at and I figured it was people I knew. And then when I bent it back and it said Crypto Billy on it, I almost fell on the floor, man. I couldn't believe it. And I said, wow, like, it just, you know, it was like, wow. It was like God telling me that, like, crypto's your family and we love you. It meant so much to me, Crypto Billy. You have no idea. I'll never forget it, bro. I'll never forget it. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, man. May God bless you and your family. That was such an amazingly classy thing to do. You taught me how to be classy, too. Like, you taught me how to do the right thing. And God bless you, brother. Anyway, so interesting enough, some type of a 786, we could get a bounce. I did see this shoulder, head and shoulder that could defy us, but we're hitting the 200 SMA on the 5. We're oversold. I'm expecting some type of bounce here. Some up and down pressure. Where do I see us tomorrow morning when I wake up? I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin's pumping. I'm being honest, like, there's a lot of movement going on for BTC. You know, there's a lot of people that shoulda, woulda, coulda, and now they're just like, you know what? Now they're freaking out. Nobody knows when the ETF is coming. That FOMO alone is going to freak people out to buy in because they were scared not to buy. That emotion is going to force them to buy now. We look at that crypto fear and greed index. It is getting greedy, though. It's a place to not buy too much Bitcoin. I will tell you that. It's a little overboard. I'd like it to come back down into fear. You know, I'd like a really nasty pullback, but we'll see. Only time will tell. You know, we will continue to go through the motions, but it is getting into a little bit of a greedy time. You know, I've been taking some profits on certain, not every trade, but certain swing trades. You know, just not all the bag, but just, you know, taking some profits. You do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. But taking profits is a smart decision. No one ever went broke paying themselves a stipend, you know. So that's kind of Bitcoin in a small nutshell there. We're watching this flag. Can it hold? You want to see this. If this level breaks, you're dropping down to 34,330. And then, as I said before, likely to this area, 34,337. And then we'll see what happens when we test the 7-minute 200 SMA, if we get there. So that's your next stop if we don't see a bounce in the next 10 minutes, 20 minutes, really, for Bitcoin. The 1 hour, you know, we could be double topping here, making cat ears. This could be cat ear. This could be a cat ears pattern right there. Look, 1, 2, and then we break down to the 200 SMA. Like everybody else, it's likely that we get the move back down and we get the retest somewhere down here. And this becomes a Bart Simpson pattern, and we don't. But you just never know. All right? I got some longs with some stops on them in case in case we don't make it. But I am in a couple longs right now, just, hedging my bets in case we do get a pump, And they're not big. I'm not risking like my whole port. I'm not full port, So the key is I just want us to go sideways, and we could even top this out like this. Look at that. And to me, like, we're just still inside of this, We're still in this puppy. And so if we come back down here when we bounce, I just don't want us to lose this level. 34,240 now is my line in the sand. If I see us anywhere below this, I'm looking for a short down. We stay above this, we are mooning. We stay above 34,240. We are gone like the wind, baby. We are Clark Gable, my friends. All right. Some of you probably you'll be like, what did he just, yeah. I went to film school. I had to learn all the stuff, the old school stuff, Over here. I watched The Hunt for Red October in class. Sean Connery. I'll get you, Trebek. But anyway, The Hunt for Red October. One of my favorite movies. And it's a submarine. You know what I mean? It's a submarine battle. Teaches you what it's like to be underwater in the submarines. The Hunt for Red October. 1990, baby. I was 7 years old. By John McTiernan. And it's got Sean Connery in it. Scott Glenn, Alec Baldwin, Earl Jones. James Earl Jones. It's an amazing cast. Sam Neill. It's got a stellar cast. At the time, it was one of the hottest things out, So this is what we're looking at for Bitcoin. We're inside the zone. The complex inverted head and shoulder broke out and hit the measured move, basically. Neckline to the head. Got close to the measured move. Didn't hit it exactly, but got pretty dang close. But now we have resistance. We can't seem to get back above 34,800 for Bitcoin. We'll call it 813. We need to break back above the zone. So for me, I was saying at the beginning of the day, I said look for Bitcoin to go sideways and eventually come back to the 21-day moving average. I caught that little pump today. We got lucky as heck on the 5-minute flag, I guess you could say. But luck is preparation meets opportunity, and I guess I do this all the time, so we were able to hit it, But congratulations to anyone that jumped into that trade and took gains on the Bitcoin pump to the upside today. That was a nice call, and it was a Sunday call that you normally just don't get. It was a blessing, so. Yeah, and this looks like a cup and handle, too, beginning to form. And a cup and handle would have this long. And this is why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy, because I see it in a way that no one else will show you. It's not traditional technical analysis. But that is a cup and handle that I could see get a massive move to the upside here for Bitcoin. We've done this many times, and it's happened. Also, what that will do is it'll be a shoulder, a rounded head, and a right shoulder that will blast you to the upside as well. You'll get two bullish patterns packed into one inside of the consolidation. As the 200 gets closer to price action, like if we go down here, then we come up here, and we draw, and eventually the 200's so close that we're all here, we are gone. I'm telling you right now. The only hope for the bears is that we fall out here, bearish retest, and drop in the next 12 to 2 hours by tomorrow, basically tomorrow morning. If we continue sideways and the 200 gets pulled in closer and closer to that 1 hour time frame, it is building the narrative that we will get a massive move to the upside. So I'm more bearish than bullish, but I wouldn't be surprised if we just kind of pull back here throughout the night. And so when we wake up tomorrow and I come to the live stream Monday morning, I see Bitcoin somewhere here in this grand box, like so. And let me shrink it down so I don't get, I'm not, I can make the green box the size of the whole thing. I'm like, hey. I attempt to make it difficult. So I can see us somewhere like right here in this green box when we wake up tomorrow, when I do my update at 7 in the morning for the trading group. Up, down, up, down, up, down. You know what I mean? I wouldn't, considering we had a lackluster weekly close, like this is usually when we have the most volatility, but they're obviously waiting for New York and they're waiting for a bigger market. They didn't get what they wanted this weekend. They're like, oh, no, we're not going to play if we don't get the team we picked. You know what I mean? You get it? So something happened tonight where the liquidity didn't look the way they wanted it to look. They decided not to pull the trigger. We did not get the weekly candle close volatility. All right? We just didn't get it. All right? So I think I'm pretty clear with what I'm doing here. And with, I see the 1 hour going sideways throughout the night. As long as we stay above 34,250, I expect more of a bullish move. This would be a great place to add to a long if we do get down into this area and we get some nice bullish divvy on a 5 or a 7, maybe even a 15-minute time frame. I don't think we need to spend much more time on Bitcoin. I'm pretty happy with what I talked about here, and the local level at also 34,337, and what I'm looking at. All right, might get a bounce here on the smaller time frames just to the top of the pattern. If this head and shoulder pattern decides not to give way, Worst case scenario for the bulls is we do lose this and we drop down to this 200 SMA tonight and we start to show some weakness. But even if we do that, as long as we don't break 34,250, this green line, red line here, yellow line, I'm sorry, or orange line, green or yellow, I think it's yellow. I'm slightly colorblind, so I get confused with some colors, but as long as we don't break that line, we're in business. All right. This is the season where the tight moving averages pump up to the 200 SMA. I wouldn't be surprised to see this coin Mute.io just pump up. I don't have any. I don't know anyone that does. This is just an example of what happens here. And again, it's like the beginning of an Adam and Eve double bottom. There's your Adam. There's your Eve. And the Eve, I noticed, it doesn't always have to go as low as the Adam, and then this could just boom to the 200 SMA. It's just a cool little project. We'll look at it again at another time. How's my baby Merit Circle, which actually might being a beautiful gaming play that could get pretty big. It's actually got a lot more going for it than I realized. Merit Circle. Remember, we jumped in here. This thing's been booming ever since. And I wouldn't be surprised if it actually continues off the retest here. Merit Circle on my radar for a continuation. I took my profits on Merit Circle. I liked that I made like over 50% on $500, and it took basically just like a week and a half. And I wanted to show people that you didn't need a lot of money to make gains in the market, and you just had to have patience and do your thing. All right. So that was a beautiful, just kind of an experiment for the newer people in the trading group and just out here, just to kind of, everyone's trying to make these triple up, double ups, leverage trades and all that. Like, this was an easy spot trade. $500 turned to $750. It took a week and a half. You know how many people, if they just did that 10 times, they would actually be winning as traders, and they wouldn't have been, So anyway, I see this making a pretty big parabolic move to the upside. It's really starting to kind of show me that it can do such things. All right, take a look at our 4-hour time frame. In the 4-hour, actually got the 200 curving down. There's your 200 SMA. I'd like these a little tighter on the 4-hour time frame. Might get a pullback here back to the bottom and get more of a fill out. But I am watching this flag here for Merit Circle. And would I stare at it? No. I'll put a vertical line here and just put alert. Price action will have to pass it in the next 16 hours, even 12. And when it does, I'll get an alert. And I can either pull the alert further back, readjust, or put another type of alert and watch it. But I like what I'm seeing here. cup with the handle, and it keeps going. This is kind of how these things roll. Previous resistance becoming support, SR flipping, and merit circle beginning a bigger move possibly to the upside here. 3 days still has momentum. Just watching that 1 hour and that 4 hour because they're a bit overbought. And you get this rounded top too, all right? And it's a very low cap coin, you know. Nakamoto Games, something that just won't stop, can't stop. It's also going to follow Bitcoin. You can see a lot of coins kind of, if Bitcoin dumps, they'll all dump, right? They're kind of all in waiting to see a little bit. But, you know, a lot of the markets in this speculative mood where it really could get a bit of a move. Now, again, smart idea. If you're swing trading, take some profits. If you've made a bunch of gains and you've already taken profits, can't hurt to try out some of these flags. They could just dump like this one did. Like this was a nice flag that did not play out. They don't always play out. This one dumped on us. Turned into the cup and handle and we got revenge. But the thing is here, you know, I'm kind of like, there's a bunch of ways to trade. One way is to be relentless and savage and just go at every single flag you've ever seen in your life. If you do that, you'll have a higher probability because most flags will hit. You know, most people just don't have the relentless nature to do that. It's kind of how I trade a lot. Like I would just go at if I went at 10 of these tonight, or, you know, the market was right. I'd want to make, you know, but I, you know, pick to choose my battles, but can continue to go at these over and over again. Tight moving averages. Stochastics isn't low yet. I'd want the Stokes to be low, right? So not everything I'm going for is in the sweet spot yet. 15 minutes, okay. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if anything goes, NAKA goes up to 119, 120. People were pissed they didn't get in. Now it continues to pump. Now everyone's on the sidelines. What do I do? A big pullback would be great, right? But you never get what you're supposed to get when you don't do the right thing. You're supposed to sit here and buy when no one's paying attention. Back down when it was 7/10 of a penny and no one gave a damn. But now the emotions are hot. Now the FOMO's in and now people are just like, well, I just want to NAKA anyway. I'm just going to buy it anyway because I want it, you know? And that's what happens. So it is what it is, right? So Nakamoto Games, man, I could see this thing ripping. Ladies and gents, men and women, I could see this ripping up to 121. Let's talk about Billy getting into GALA when everyone was crying and he bought in, was like, oh, these are great prices. And he snatched up the GALA while people were crying like babies. I even sold I sold GALA off, you know what I mean? I did make huge gains on GFAL, so it worked out. But, I mean, shout out to Billy because he doubled up on his 12 cent, you know, 1 2/10 of a cent at one point. And he was buying the low right here, 112. And, I mean, that thing boomed from those lows, from the FUD. 74% up from the FUD for GALA, making massive gains, right? I had alert set on it, started trying to round out. It's got like that double bottom cup and handle thing going for it. But shout out to Crypto Billy, man. God bless you. Appreciate you for doing your thing. Always being here for us. And look, you're seeing these Adam and Eve double bottoms everywhere. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing starts to pump up to the 200 SMA. A little extended. You look at the daily, though. The daily, I mean, a lot of times you close that gap up to the 200 SMA. Granted, it just had its double bottom pump, and it still has some serious resistance. It might not be all love for GALA yet, you know. Could definitely come down and double bottom again, come down and test the ski area. Very overbought on the daily, on the 2-day, but it's like everything else, man. The whole market is in the flag that Bitcoin's in. And the bigger time frames just may get bent out of shape here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just saw a massive surge in the market and it kind of declared the bull run on. And people just realized like it would be a statement. This is how the crypto market does. It just makes a massive move out of nowhere. And everyone just sits there and goes, oh. And all the guys like us that were just grabbing and accumulating on the low, we're just like, yeah, I mean, that was kind of what was going to happen. You know? Remember, we're watching this 5-minute time frame. We're watching the 200 SMA, watching this head and shoulder pattern. The battle right now is for this level right now. Like, this is it. We lose this, we lose the 200 SMA, we can get pretty bearish. We break back up, we defy the head and shoulder pattern. we're back smooth sailing, just up, down, consolidating in the zone. So like in the next really 20 minutes here, a story is going to be told whether we're going to make a nice drop down or we're going to hold the zone. I see a strong enough bullish divvy on the 5, as that's pretty flat. Well, that's a nice move down. That really could hold us. And the stochastics are turning, but only time will tell. I'm not a soothsayer, you know. But last night we got the move back up at a very, inopportune time, and it looks like we may get it tonight. Falling wedges do break up 68% of the time. Technically, that's a falling wedge that wants to break to the upside. I'm going to, what's going to bother me if we break 34,250, then it's like, oh no, then it's super bearish. Right now, look, they're going to go get the stops though. Looks like we're about to get the drop. 1 minute broke the 200 SMA first and then is in a bear flag. So look at the 1 minute will teach you too. Look at the 1 minute wants to dump right now out of this bear flag. So this divergence has to hold here on the 1. It comes down to this right here tonight, everyone. Either the divergence holds us right now on the 1 or we dump. Either they get enough people to short the market to long, they get enough long stop losses out of here. If they don't get enough, they're going to go for more. So let's hope enough people were longing closer than you were and they eat enough. But also BOOKMAP suggests that BOOKMAP's been wanting to take us lower for a while. So we have to keep an open mind that we could go lower. Even though I am pushing a little bullish bias here, I get it. We have to take the idea that we could go lower. There's a lot of liquidity down here but again, it's been down here for days and we haven't been able to get there. 33.5 really the best, So far that divergence starting to kick in. This would be the great place for someone who has cojones, or guts of steel to make a long. This is really where you're supposed to long. Into the fear, into the divergence, into the sell-off. You know what I mean? And then boom, you become a hero tomorrow when we're up here somewhere. I'm long right now, but I can't tell you what to do, Could be that shoulder, head, right shoulder, get the bounce on out of here. So far, we're getting a little bit of a bounce on the divvy. That's bullish divergence on the 1 minute time frame for Bitcoin. So GALA, 45 minute looks like it could rip tonight, honestly. So I would watch this closely, and I wouldn't be surprised if GALA gets a move here. Previous resistance becomes support right here. You got it right there. Resistance to the wick. We bounce right there. I'd watch GALA for a possible pump tonight. I really would. The market, something is brewing in the market. I'm seeing a lot of altcoins that just look like they want to rip to the upside. I could be wrong. Be careful. If Bitcoin dumps, every setup that I post in these flags is going to dump. Sad to say, but GALA looks very interesting. And GALA's on MEXC, KuCoin. You can see GALA almost anywhere. All right. I think it's GALA X on KuCoin for whatever reason. All right. It's a high-risk scalp on Sunday night. Remember, it is Sunday into Monday. We could have false move Monday tomorrow. A lot of ups and downs. We still got data coming in. Economic data and stuff like that. We'll be going over too. And so take it one day at a time. Tonight, I don't like to overtrade on Sunday night. All right. Wow, this guy traded Pogai. Made 213 and off 7, and that's 700%. So he didn't risk a lot to make $200. That's awesome. I love seeing stuff like that. Let's take a look here at the chat and see what's happening in the chat. God bless each and every one of you for being here. All right. I hope we kind of went over a lot of different things. 652 people on the live, 268. Wow, and this is a big, our weekly close. No one, all throughout the bear market, no one came to the Saturday and Sunday night trade. Every once in a while we get these big, usually it was like 300, right? 400 people. And we have 652 people here on the weekly candle close. Thoughts on FITFI, Daily Golden Cross, approaching Vitality B. Thank you so much. And let's take a look at the fan funding. Shout out to all the fans who funded tonight's show. We appreciate you. And shout out to all of the sponsors and everyone that made the show possible. Everyone that showed up, all my team and crew. Cody Macklin looking for AGIX. Super grateful for you and the lifers. God bless. Thank you, Cody. You're killing it. Crypto Crossfire, Trading Wars. Thank you, Vitality B. We love you. whatsoever. We love you. There's the professor and there's the ref. Sam, you're the ref. You throw up more flags than anyone. Shout out the Crypto Plumber. BLZ breakout from whatsoever. Okay. Joshua Jelowick, we love you. Thoughts on FITFI, Daily Golden Cross. So we got FITFI, we got BLZ, we got AGIX. All right. And I got my work cut out for me. It's tiring to bust through technical analysis. I'll tell you that right now. It is not an easy job. It is mind-bending every single day. Let's take a look at AG. I love it, though. Don't get me. I am not complaining. I am telling you how much I absolutely love it. So let's take a look at AGIX. You know, a little bit of bearish divvy starting to form here as that kind of swings down while that swung up. But we kind of bounced off previous support, right? Resistance becomes support like the whole market. And that's why I do want to take a look at the total market cap. But AGIX moving nicely from 15 all the way up to 24. All right? So, and you know, this is my coin. I am heavily invested in AGIX. Like, it's my baby, you know? And I've been DCAing and adding, and I have a very large bag, around like 20,000 USD of AGIX. It is my bag, you know? Look at that. Beautiful bull pennant to the upside, broke out, hit the target. Now it's at a little flag here, like a lot of things are tonight. And honestly, there's something brewing about tonight. I would be taking profits in swing trades. Things have already kind of exploded pretty nicely. Let me backtrack here, take away the moving averages, and let's take a look at the 3-day chart like I always do, even the weekly. So, I mean, we bottomed. We definitely look like we've bottomed here at this point. So rounded bottoms pay the bills. That's usually, you know, but we're going to come down and test some areas first. And I wouldn't be surprised if we eventually, usually we hit the side of the bowl. So like eventually I could see us kind of tapping here or here. I could see 19 or 18 cents one more time. It'd be beautiful if we never go below this resistance at 19 cents, but it doesn't mean, you know, there's no guarantees. The 3 days getting pretty hot and heavy after, but look, we came up from the depths of hell. You know what I mean? That's the first thing that has to happen is you get through the low. Then you kind of start your consolidation. All right. We take a look at the daily, and the daily is getting overbought too. But again, following the rest of the market, right? And now you have to say it is above this now. It broke through some, you know, beautiful areas. So can it stay above here and reset? And again, if Bitcoin rips, the whole market's just going to get taken with it. And so now the daily looks insane. And I'm back to just watching these smaller time frame flags. So right here, you have support or resistance. And this 4 hour looks like it's taken off right now. And the 1 hour looks interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if AGIX starts to break out like tonight. This coin's kind of in a league of its own. It's an AI project that a lot of people are going to want to know more about when it starts to rip. And I believe it can get to $5. Heck, I think it possibly can get to $10, you know. But 10x to 240 to me is like a simple thing for it, but you never know. Again, I own a lot of it. Of course, I'm going to tell you that I like it and it's going to pump. I got a lot invested in AGIX, but you do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. You find whatever makes you happy. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't be surprised if we did get a bit of a pump here tonight. You know, but be careful. If Bitcoin dumps, it's going to take everything down. Like, you know, I know I paint a great picture and it all sounds lovely, but there's no guarantees. All right? Look for the symmetrical triangle. Look for the ascending triangle to make its way here sideways, and then the bigger move. All right. But things are starting to brew here, and I wouldn't be surprised if we did get one more leg up. This is starting to make a parabola. All right. Before I go to another altcoin, let's take a look at Total 3, because that's really going to be the unlocking to all of this. This is the market cap of all of the cryptocurrencies, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is the altcoin run. Remember, Bitcoin finally got the bullish divvy here, but we got it way later on the altcoins. That was your bottom for the altcoin market. We tested it one more time in that, remember that June day when all the altcoins looked like that was the lowest price you could ever got any of those things. Matic, anything, that was it. We're up now a lot since then. The market went to 300. We're already back up to $365 billion, right? So almost a quarter of the market came back. A third of the market came back. You know, 100 would be a third. So, but it definitely about a quarter of the market came back. A fifth, we'll say, fine, a fifth of the market. A little over a fifth of the markets. So what we're looking at here for Bitcoin, right, as it just got a nice bounce back to 34,530, and it did look at the boom off the divergence. Look at that. And the divergence kicked in, and that's what we needed to happen. And we needed to defy the head and shouldered pattern. This tells me we're going right to the 200 SMA now. So a nice scalp trade this is likely to pump up to the yellow line. That's our thing. So look, we got the divvy, and the divvy did play out nicely to the upside. I stayed long. I didn't panic sell, even though it looked like there could have been a break. And it's really key, look, that the 5-minute held the 200 SMA here. And this is why you come to the channel. I can show you the exact places where you're supposed to get a bounce and why. I know price action like the back of my hand. I can see it on multiple time frames. I know which time frame to look at. I know where to look at, why to look at it. I'm an encyclopedia of knowledge for you in technical analysis. I'm telling you right now, it'll blow your mind if you show up every single day. I know it because technical analysis blows my mind, and it's absurd. So we're watching this falling wedge break back to the upside to the top of the pattern tonight. Very likely that we can get this on the 15-minute. Bit of a cut with a handle there too in a way, but it's very rigid. I won't go that far. I won't go that far, but a bit of a double bottom for sure. Yoink, yoink. And the measured move here is somewhere up here to 34,940. Could we break through these highs and boom tonight? We could, maybe. I'm open-minded, But we'll take it one step at a time. Right now, I'm looking for that 15-minute to get a move back to the upside now that we got the divergence kicking in on the 1-minute time frame. And again, be careful. It is Sunday night into Monday morning. Volatility, fake moves, a lot of crazy things can happen. Just be careful, all right? Understand that it's not a walk in the park tonight. Let's get back into the total 3. So we've been watching this for you and talking about it and breaking down the key levels to watch. We have a major resistance here at $358 billion, right where we kind of stopped and hit. The daily's getting a little overbought. So let's take a look. If the total market cap struggles, your altcoin's going to struggle. If the total market cap rips, your altcoin's going to rip. So let's see what's happening. I mean, my chubby hand. Let's get back to total 3. So, I mean, as we present it to ourselves, I do see a bit of a rising wedge that really kind of broke out here. And is already starting its next leg up, in my humble opinion. Even though the daily's high, when things are crazy, the stochastics will go slow down while we pump to the upside. You're going to see things you haven't seen in the stochastics ever. So right now, the total market cap looks like it's going to explode on the 22. I'm telling you right now, because we have the golden cross price coming near the 21. Could be a little pullback back down to stop people out, and then we're gone. Like I kind of, So, it's interesting, but the total market cap for altcoins suggests a big pump is coming. So if you're in altcoins, it looks like a nice move is going to come. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. That's what we want to add the piece to the puzzle here. And this is how this is why this channel will take you to another level. Not only will you know how to do technical analysis, you know how to juxtapose the proper assets against each other to see what's happening in the markets. Let's take a look at Tether dominance. If Bitcoin is going to go more sideways and the altcoins are going to get a pump, Tether should start to get a bit of a fall. Look, we were talking about Tether breaking down from this symmetrical triangle over and over again. We were talking about what was going to happen if Bitcoin goes sideways and Tether drops. What is that? That means altcoins are getting gobbled up. We've showed you this pattern for months, watching it closely. And we said once we drop out, that's bullish for Bitcoin. Look, Bitcoin's huge pump to the upside was this fall out of the pattern. Now we're making a bear flag. So here's the deal. Just continue. If this continues in the bear flag, this is Bitcoin continuing the bull flag. And then this is just going to capitulate to the downside. All right. If we get back above this little resistance at, let's say, 7%, that's something then, we might actually, we could get a V-shaped recovery back out. But right now, 50's coming for the 200. We're about to get a death cross here. Just like we're about to get a golden cross for Bitcoin. And boom. People are going to sell their Tether off. Funny, I emptied all my Tether out of my account tonight. I have no Tether in my account for the first time in a long time. No lie. I'm dead serious. You know what I mean? And we trade here on MEXC. Lowest fees, highest profits, if you know how to take profits. 0 spot maker and taker fee. 0% future maker fee. And only 0.1% taker fee. What's a maker and a taker? A maker, if you make the limit order, you create the limit. But if you're a taker, you just press market and you mark it out. They have to basically make the order for you and you take it out of the market. Limit order, you write the number and you create it. So you know what I mean? So you're either a maker and you limit in, or you're a taker and you mark it out. You'll pay more when you mark it out if you're paying futures. It doesn't matter. Spot, it's actually zero fees. So right now, I've been DCAing into Bitcoin. I've been DCAing into GALA, buying all the coins, AGIX, sending them to my hardware wallet off of the centralized exchange. Do not keep your funds on a centralized exchange. Let me say that again. Do not keep your funds on a centralized exchange. Once you've accumulated your coin that you believe could be the one, and you're really into it, I leave what I'm willing to trade on the exchange for trading purposes, and then I have my hardware wallet, okay, with the coins that I believe in, all right? Don't leave your dreams on a centralized exchange, all right? FTX could happen at any moment, you know what I mean? Sad to say, as much as I love MEXC, I stand by, I like them, they work, but I don't know. I don't own the exchange, right? So always be careful. Always have yourself a hardware wallet, please. Please. Don't say I coulda, woulda, shoulda tomorrow. I have a link to these if you want to jump on in and get them. I make it super easy. You can also help me and get yourself a hardware wallet. Heck, I don't even need the commission. I really just want you to get a hardware wallet. Do whatever you can. Get it from the right place. I wouldn't Amazon it because they can get bought, resealed and stuff. Make sure you're getting a real one from the real company. I use a Trezor Touch. It backs up all your EC20s, XRP Cardano, and Bitcoin. Not every coin, Dogecoin, a few other ones. It's not the best for all the altcoins out there, but if you got ERC20s, this is it. You can also attach this to your MetaMask and then put anything you want on your MetaMask, any chain, and you can store it with a hardware wallet backup as the security as well. And that will work on your Trezor. All right. Moving forward, so we got the breakdown from Tether Dominance that we were looking for. All right. And we kind of went over all this. Remember, Tether Dominance was overbought on the daily, suggesting a dump. We got it. We got it. Right. The 3-day as well. Look, the 3-day, nasty dump to the downside. Okay. Now, now we're below the 200 SMA too. Once you lose the 200 SMA, very, very bearish for an asset. So this means we could definitely have more downside, and we're going to keep you into this. And this is a Bart Simpson head. And this is Bitcoin to the upside, baby. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. We'd like to see Bitcoin dominance also slip in a little bit. That tells us that altcoins may get a little bit of a run. All right. So Bitcoin dominance also just ripped on the 3-day chart. And look, we had this play out. We took this flag, which was crazy, linked to the pole. I had this falling wedge, and I was saying, hey, Bitcoin dominance look like it's going to pump. This little cup, that little handle, it broke out. But let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance again. But if you were with me, we went over this stuff over and over again and showed you how there was likely a move coming for Bitcoin. All right. Now, don't get too euphoric. What if Bitcoin falls below 25? What if Bitcoin goes back to 20K? What if Bitcoin, it could happen. I just want to pull us all back. We're all getting euphoric and crazy. Oh, let's all take a deep breath. We are getting into greed. It's a good time to take some profits out of the market if you're in. And it's a good time to take a deep breath. You know what I mean? We've had some major run-ups in the last few weeks, last few days. Solana, one of them. And so it's good to take a step back and realize, what we've been through. And I'm not saying let's go full bear and just give up and be, freaking out like everyone else and miss opportunities. But let's just also not get caught up in the emotions of euphoria. Go out to nature, take a deep breath, tell yourself anything could happen. And also tell yourself it's not about the money. Is everyone healthy today? Like today, all my kids were healthy. My mom called, was in a good spirits. My sisters were in good spirits. Everyone I talked to seemed to be in great spirits. My neighbors, I don't know anyone that's ailing or in bad shape. So, things are going well. You know what I mean? Things are going well. And I just, I love, it's awesome making money. It's awesome hitting gains. It's awesome trading and being in the group and all that. But it really is if I made 30 grand today and you told me one of my kids was sick or something was wrong with someone I knew, I'd give it all back to change that, right? So none of the money, none of your biggest wins, we all think we want these gains and wins and they feel great. And when everything's going fine, we do focus on it. But remember, if someone was hurt or we had something in our life that was really, going down the tubes, we wouldn't give a dang about the money, And so I remind myself days when I'm looking at the market, I'm getting euphoric, my account's going up, everything's going awesome, and I remind myself this is great, but this is not life. And if I were to lose any other piece of life that had nothing to do with this, I would care far more about that than any of these material things. So I just want to, if I can, reset us a little bit as the leader of the group, as the person that, should set the precedent of, not getting so caught up in the mix, Again, it's awesome. I'm super excited. So look at Bitcoin dominance. I wouldn't be surprised if it did get a bit of a pullback here, but it may not get this big of a pullback, right? It's doing the same thing Bitcoin's going to do, and it's kind of sitting in this little flag. And honestly, it's interesting when we look at, Tether dominance, because it doesn't look like it's going to come back anytime soon pretty hard, right? Like, am I going to sell all my coins back into Tether right now? Kind of made some of my decisions. And again, every year the FOMO gets better. Every year there's more people that are better at the bear market than they were before. Like, I'm better at a bear market than I was before. There's more me's out there than there was in 2017. And there's more me's out there than there was in 2014. Meaning, you have even more to deal with now when it comes to gobbling up coins at the right time, because more people understand how to trade a bear market than ever. Now, yes, we have more noobs. I get it. But for the assets that matter, they're going to, look at why do you think NAKA is where it is? People were all over that thing. It's almost untouchable now. It got gobbled up by people that paid attention. So, again, the 1 hour for Bitcoin dominance suggests a pump. Now, it's going to follow Bitcoin. Moving averages are a little far apart. We're kind of in this walking, in a bit of a standstill. To me, if the 4 hour still looks good and the 1 hour has legs, I mean, there's a chance. This looks like we're going for one more leg up. Look, 1, 2, 3. These are the steps in the parabola. I see one more massive, like the blow off top looks like it could be coming. So I still see some bullishness too for Bitcoin dominance, which tells me all coins are going to pump, but it's going to be the Bitcoin show now. It's still not complete altcoin season. Yet I'm telling you, enough people are throwing down on altcoins and they're getting on a run. I mean, look at JOYSTREAM bouncing off the 786 today and getting a 46% pump. I wanted to make a little flag here. Didn't even do that. Just absolutely went parabolico. And we talked about this last night on the live stream. This thing was gone to the upside. All right. Let's take a look at... I want to finish these super chats for you there. BLZ. And it's funny, I was looking at it earlier today too as well. Blue Zell. All right. And wow, that thing mooned. So I looked at it here. It continued to go more sideways and then it was gone. A lot of coins look like they want to do this right now and just go absolutely mad. The 8 hour looks strong. Like, see this? I see this on a bunch of coins right now. I see a bunch of coins with the previous resistance coming down to support, and they just want to pump on the 8 hour time frame. I see like 10 coins that look like this that I've already posted a few to the trading group. And I like this 8 hour time frame. Looks like it's going to be a nice, smooth, fun time frame to trade. Look, we also get swing up to swing up. You get the swing down here. That's hidden bully. And with the MACD turning and a very aggressive stochastic, I'm telling you, just an aggressive stochastic alone, a curve like that in the Stokes, tell me something is brewing. And BLZ booming to the upside. I see it getting at least to the target at 30.78. Again, I wouldn't ever race in. I'd have to be on like the 1 minute chart, looking for one of these little flags here. Some type of retest flag, low liquidity there on the smaller time frame. And that's your BLZ idea there. Thoughts on FITFI? Haven't looked at FITFI in a long time on Mexi, the Step app. All right. Let's zoom out on the daily here and take a look. Again, overbought like everything else, but just breaching the 200 SMA, which is a really bullish sign, right? If it comes in retest or stays above it, I mean, you got yourself a bit of a move here. Looks like I had done a little bit of work there. So look, we have a resistance for FITFI on the daily at 0.06715. We clearly broke through this resistance, used it as support, and we're above the 200 SMA. The 50's coming. It's a bullish sign. Yes, we're overbought on the stochastics RSI, but like I said before, it could be the time where things just go so parabolic that as these start to reset, price action actually starts to go even further to the upside. The smaller time frames will tell you that, and the 4 hours showing you that, and I'm telling you, the whole market looks like this. The whole market looks like we're going to get a massive move to the upside. It looks pretty absurd. So, and we're, previous resistance and support, that's resistance, that did come there. We did breach this, but we came back up. Again, I could bring this out. And fine, we could just be pumping back to the top of the channel and making a an ascending triangle. But even if that's the case, like, this looks bullish, right? So I see a pump coming on the 4-hour time frame for FITFI. Almost all these coins look super bullish to me. Again, Bitcoin could ruin the party. Take a dump, and it will ruin all these setups. I just want to keep repeating that. You know, the probability looks great, but there's no guarantees. All right. But FITFI does look interesting to me, and it's going to become a fest soon. You're going to see me posting 10 altcoins a night. You're going to be like, what is going on? You're going to see gains on, like, when the market really starts to change, and we've been waiting for 2 years. Like, we've been in a deep bull run for a long time. I mean, bear market for a long time. It's been insane. Shout out to every single person that kicked it with me and got through these bearish times. I mean, you guys got me through some of the toughest times of my life. You know, when our live stream barely got, you know, way less views than it used to. It's kind of depressing. You're getting a lot of views, people coming through, and the next thing you know, like, you don't seem to be getting any hits. No one seems to care. You get less subscribers, less super chats, less people even watch. Look, that's an inverted head and shoulder that I see making a move to the upside. And look, we called you that divergence for you on the 1 minute time frame. We have since retraced. Look, and this is a little flag here. I trade these all the time. Low stochastics, boom. That pumps up to the 200 SMA. Look at this. We got a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. A smaller version of the bigger one. I like what I'm seeing here for consolidation. I like my green box prediction for tomorrow. Things are looking nice. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Welcome to learning. Most people would have been scared and panic sold there. I showed you how to slow down, calm down, find bullish divergence, take a deep breath. I stayed in my long. I kept it real with myself, and you did too. Thank you for being here. God bless you. All right. Shout out to every single one on the live. We appreciate you. So it looks like this gets above this level, this thing's going to boom. Numbers protocol. Like, I just see movement everywhere in the markets. I see movement in the markets. Full moon last night too as well. Remember, Tori asked us about CELR on the live. Cup and handle blasted to the upside. Going for that bigger target. CELR. YGG. Yield Guild Games. We talked about it breaking out of this. We were here I remember for weeks. I said, here it comes. I mean, it's getting ready, and it's now consolidating yet again. And, that tells me a bigger move is coming for Yield Guild Games. So, once a big chunk comes out, those bottoms are gone. Once a coin goes from 1 penny to 10 cents or 2 cents to 5 cents, now when you go to a bucket, it's a 20x instead of 100x. You know what I mean? These tiny moves right now depend on whether you're 50xing, 100xing, and that's what I'm trying to explain to people. People don't realize that. That's why you put in the work in these bear markets. That's why you pay attention when no one's paying attention. That's why you grind when no one's grinding. Because you're going to catch that 1 gem, 2 gems, 3 gems that no one else is paying attention to that could absolutely, positively, for a fact of a matter, change your entire life. And have things happen to you that you never would have even thought possible. All right. Like Phantom getting a pump to the upside. Anyway, I could go on all night. I like DXDY also for this parabolic move coming out. It's got a lot of news for it. That 8-hour looks absolutely amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if DYDX just got a massive move to the upside. I don't own any right now. Or maybe I have a tiny bag of it, but it's not like on my radar. It does have some bearish div. I'll give you that. But the 8-hour looks like we could get a massive move. It all depends on what Bitcoin does. And if Bitcoin goes more sideways, these altcoins are going to have more fun as well. So, I've given you my Bitcoin update. I wouldn't be surprised if we just kind of go up and down here, fall out through a flag on the 1 hour, come back to the box. But it'd be cool if we actually kind of stay up too, But I'm looking for somewhat of a pullback here in this bigger cup and handle, ascending triangle here. And this is kind of what I see. Price action got held off by the 200 on the 5 minute. And with that, I'm going to run on out of here for the night. Everyone, thank you so much for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. The total market cap for all these altcoins absolutely looks amazing. We flip 358. That's another area we want to get above. And we get above this diagonal resistance. That's also going to be pretty big. So may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for running on in. Let me take a look at the super chats. Make sure I didn't miss anything. And thank you for giving memberships. God bless you for doing that. Chrono Tech for whatsoever. All love. God bless you, Joshua Jelowick. What is Chrono Tech? I don't even know. Oh, time? Nah, that thing's garbage, man. right? Yeah, it was in that time. That was a garbage project, bro. I think it was really like a rug pull, man. I don't even know what it was all about. Hold on, let me make sure I'm right. I don't want to disrespect. Wasn't that time, though? Could I be wrong? Am I right? Yeah, Chronotech. Yeah, this thing was, I don't know, man. $10 million market cap. I feel like rug pulled a lot of people, bro. We'll take a look at time. I mean, yeah, come on, man. I mean, if you still believe in it, it's an Adam and Eve double bottom. But you got to really, truly believe in it. I'm moving on, though. I appreciate you, though. I love you, and I'm sorry. This one I can't take seriously, all right? Even if it pumps up, and maybe it pumps up huge, and I'm completely wrong. I probably am. And it probably goes huge. I'm not saying I'm a know-it-all. If it came out, it got a bunch of people to get, put tons of, I mean, this is what's wrong with crypto, this entire project. If people would DCA into Bitcoin, they'd be in such a better place than they put their money into this garbage. All right? I'm sorry, man. And I appreciate you bringing it up because we actually have a chance to teach people that I'm not again, I love you, though. And I don't want you to be upset. I love you. You're one of my favorites, so God bless you. You've been around a long time. Joshua. The negativity was horrible on time. Yeah, it really was. Yeah. It's DCA area if you like it for show. Yeah. Is NKN a good long-term project? I like NKN. It's been around a while. It doesn't look like it's going to rug pull. It's got a good team. It's in a beautiful accumulation zone where no one's thinking about it. And one day, like here, and then it could rip back to easily 98 cents, 10 cents. Its all-time high was 145. You're looking at a 14x, a little over. So it's up to you. It's in long-term accumulation phase. Either you like it or you don't. Someone asked about ORDI. ORDI on my radar, too. Let me just think about ORDI there. It's on KuCoin. I mean, are we going to get a rip back? Alex coming back out with some good news. ORDI already had a nice pump. And you know what? It's consolidating. It looks, and again, these are Bitcoin ordinals, so they're going to follow Bitcoin absolutely directly. But I'll be honest, the chart's a little cleaner than Bitcoin's chart. And that looks beautiful. No guarantees, but that looks like a nice pump is coming for ORDI. I would watch ORDI. They also have a perpetual on MEXC, and this is the spot on KuCoin. But I like what I'm seeing for ORDI on the 1 hour time frame. Bigger time frames is spent like a lot of other things, but again, whole market looking interesting. If Bitcoin takes a dump, it'll dump everything, no matter how nice it looks. And my trading group's a place, too, where you can come and instead of watching thousands of coins, you can find 10 or 15 charts tonight and, kind of give you an idea, something to look at, show you why things may be more and more bullish based on technical analysis, right? And give you an education for you so the next 2 nights, you can figure it out. Buy and stake ADA. I love doing it. And you can stake ADA right in your hardware wallet. It's unbelievable. So BLZ just ripping right now, right? Without a 1 minute flag there. And it hits the target like that fast. MYRIA also pumping hard. Yep. We talked about MYRIA on this channel. We covered so many coins that this weekend specifically just did absolute damage. I mean, look at this thing. Just continued to rip. It ripped another 100% in the last 2 days. Unbelievable. We were talking about it down here when it was just a fourth of a penny. Now it's 4/10 of a penny. It was 1/10 of a penny. Now it's 4. Calling another pump to the 200 SMA. Kyle on that 1 minute. Bitcoin 1 minute bullish divvy. Change Solana for YGG or IO. I could sell all my Solana for YGG. But it's also good to have some backup, and not be all, all the way, It's interesting, though, even these small time frame flags, look, this 1 hour looks like it's going to rip. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Solana rips out of this little flag right here. Something's brewing tonight, man. We got the full moon last night, and just like, look, that's an Adam and Eve double. Oh my God, everyone. I just saw an Adam and Eve double bottom on Solana. That usually tells you you're ripping. Absolutely ripping to the upside. Oh my gosh. Time Wonderland was heading to Bitcoin prices and got rugged. We'll probably pump and dump. Yeah. Hey, that's the XNA chart too. Dude, XNA just doesn't stop. 72% on the radar. ORDI. Stack change, man. You've been out of control with the gains. My elite, you guys have just blown my mind. Your impeccable nature, your ability to, your impeccable detail, you know, and ability to just see the market and the vision in which I taught, and then to take it into your own way and just really, like, our group is just unstoppable at this point. Like, we have built machines. We have built searching machines. Like, we can find the market gains. We got sentinels at all times, just like scanning the markets. So Sol also has a hackathon this week. Could pump the price. Get it up there in the news. All right. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I'm going to jump on out of here for the day. I appreciate each and every one of you more than you would ever know. May you stay blessed. May you stay amazing. We had a lot of stuff to look at tonight. Bitcoin back to 34,480, playing games. Be careful. It could dump the whole market. I do see somewhat of a pullback back to this box. So watch your altcoins. Watch your coins. You never know. It's not all bullish. Always be prepared. Always have a stop. Never be full of euphoria. And everyone, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the, PolyX. That's nice. Yeah. Take care, Sam. Thank you. Shout out to Aveo Love. God bless you, Evo Love. Thank you, Sam. Have a great day. Everyone, I'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll check back in tomorrow morning as we bust through the charts. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. May God bless you all. Gratitude is the attitude. I'll go to bed full of gratitude tonight, and that's going to propel my day into greatness tomorrow. So may you all stay blessed. Thank you for everything, and I'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. God bless.